This is the plaintiff, Ibrahima Nadei. He says he's been living in the defendant's rat trap apartment for 7 years. And for 7 years, he's had to deal with a leaky ceiling. Every time there's a forecast for rain, he moves his valuables out of the way. The defendant did fix the roof a few weeks ago, so he moved his stuff back into the room. Wouldn't you know it, the very next rain, the roof leaked again, and now it's ruined everything to the tune of $4,500, the amount he's suing for today. This is the defendant, Michael. He says he came to investigate after the leak, and the only thing that got wet was an old set-top 14-inch TV, which he agreed to replace. But now, here today, he's getting sued for $4,500? Come on. This is nothing more than a shakedown, and there's no way he's going to let the plaintiff get away with anything like that. He's accused of water torture.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff was living in the defendant's apartment for 7 years. The whole time there was a leaky ceiling, but the defendant says it's a shakedown. It's the case of such a drip.
Okay. Ibrahima Nadei,
yes.
You are suing your landlords, represented here by Michael. You don't want me to mention the property manager's name or the owner's name, for $4,500 in damages that you say occurred because of how they negligently fixed a leak, because it wasn't fixed at all. Tell me what happened.
Oh, yes, Your Honor. Sorry, I have a heavy accent first. I want to apologize.
Everyone in my family has an accent. It's fine.
Yeah, on the 11th, the 10th and 11th of January, the landlord told me they fixed the ceiling.
How long had you been living there?
I've been living there. Next month will be 7 years since I've been.
7 years.
Yeah,
and
7
before
years.
January 11th, you were in court, correct?
Exactly.
And what were you in court for?
I took him to court.
You took him
we
to court
took him
for
to
what?
court for non-paying.
Okay. And how many months had he owed?
He owed back then, when we first took him to court, like 3 months. And it's not only that he didn't pay for these 3 months that we specifically took him to court for, but we had even further problems with him, earlier problems. We took over the building legally, we bought it on November of 2009. By May or June of 2010, he stopped paying rent regularly. And he
had been a problem in terms of being current already?
Yeah.
All right, so you wanted him out. What ended up happening in housing court?
We had a stipulation that he had to pay at a certain time.
And you were going to let him stay?
Absolutely.
Okay. And did he pay the back months?
He paid some of it, but not. He didn't bring himself up to date, and
right.
The payments wasn't being made as it was.
Right. So did you go back to housing?
Yeah, absolutely. The case is ongoing.
So now he complained to the judge in housing court. There's a leak. How long has there been a leak?
We all know since I moved in this apartment, there always have been a leak, and I always talk about it. I never
even with the prior owners.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so why wasn't the leak taken care of?
I mean, what they always tell me is, okay, we'll send someone to fix it, and they will send the super to tap it, and then they will tell me it's fixed, and anytime it rains, there was a leak. That's why I never have all my good belongings inside that living room.
Well, according to you now, though, you had every good belonging right underneath the leak.
Yeah, because they told me, since he took me to court, and the judge ordered him to fix it, and they said they fixed it. I was like, okay, since we went to court, now they fix it for good. That's why I moved everything inside the living room.
And how did that work out?
And on the 17th, it rains. I wake up in the morning, I went to the living room, and it was flooding, and I was surprised.
Do you have pictures of the flooding?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I see them?
Sure.
Who'd you send to go fix that?
The super.
Maybe this required a little more than the super if it was. He's on the top floor, right?
Yes,
yeah.
I mean, there's obviously. What did the super fix? The drywall?
No, the
roof.
The roof.
Well, that may not be his forte, because apparently that was 10 days earlier before you saw that there was in fact a leak, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so he tells you, oh, this damaged my stuff. What did you see when you went there?
On the middle of the room, exactly in the middle of the room, there was a leak. And
so what'd you do?
What did I do? I told him that as soon as the roof was covered with snow, and it was a really bad raining day, as soon as it stops, we're going to go up there and fix the roof, because you can't fix a roof
no, of course.
when
so
the weather is not allowing it.
So did you?
The roof right now is fixed, hopefully.
Okay. And what did you do differently this time?
we put like way more
Tar?
tar material, yeah.
All right, this is a picture of the bucket that was collecting water?
Exactly, Your Honor.
Okay, here's what I don't get. You are suing for a lot. You're suing for $4,500
Exactly, Your Honor.
in damages. You're suing for $1,200 for an iMac computer.
Exactly, Your Honor.
$537.98 for a Udo printing machine. That's a
Exactly.
machine that makes T-shirts?
T-shirts, yeah.
You're suing for a 3-seat couch. You're suing for, some of this you added now, today or yesterday, that you amended your complaint and added to it a DVD player and some other stuff. I don't know how you didn't know that was ruined beforehand. But my question to you is, how is it that every electronic you own is sitting in a pile right underneath where that bucket would sit to have been damaged? I can understand if one thing got damaged, but how is it that the couch and everything is right underneath that leak?
Can a tenant withhold rent if there's a leak in an apartment?
Yes, because they can't fix it.
But does it have to be a big leak? I mean, any leak means you can just withhold rent?
Yes.
Really? I mean, if there's just a small leak?
I mean, it's common sense. I mean, if the landlord can't keep the house up to par, then why should the tenant have to pay, you know?
It's a good theory. I'm not sure it's really true. We'll talk about it going inside the courtroom.
Yeah, no, if you look at the pictures, I submitted a bunch of pictures.
I have looked at your pictures.
If you look at the computer and the Udo machine is still on the table. I didn't touch those. Everything I touched is like the little items that was right under the big hole.
According to you, there was
still,
nothing you saw when he called you in, except everything had been cleared from the place already, except for the television.
There was a leak. When I came, he told me there was a damage to his TV. I'm like, okay, so what do you want for it? He's like, don't worry about it. You took me to court for rent. I will take you for court for damages. And that was the end of it.
All right. Do you have any proof by having taken any of these electronics to a professional that they don't work due to water damage?
Your Honor, it's like the water is inside the printer.
I hear you're flapping gums.
Right.
Now I need proof. I require proof of $4,500 in damage. I have several problems already. Let me tell you what my problems are. Okay. Number one, you are being sued by the party you're suing for $3,600, and they're going to evict you because you haven't paid everything that you owe. So that gives you an incentive to beef up this in order to get some leverage. That's my first thing that worries me. Number two, you do not have proof of $4,500 worth of damage. You have some pictures. There was definitely a leak. There is no question there was a leak. Right. But you got to prove $4,500 worth of damage to electronics, and you don't have that. And number three, I know that you amended to add more things, and that frankly concerns me because people know exactly what's damaged. And number four, I'm trying to imagine how all these electronics can be damaged by a leak coming from the roof, because they would have to be like Whoville in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, all teetering one on top of the other in a big pile going up right under the leak for everything to be damaged.
Yeah, no.
You know the kind of cases that smell right? In a situation like this, there's a leak over where the TV is, over where the VCR is, over where the DVD player is, over where the Game Boy is, whatever. Those, okay, that's all one thing, I understand that. But when people start adding the printers in the same spot where the TV is, and the DVD players in the same spot where the printer is, oh, and by the way, I had a t-shirt making thing which was also in that spot, it starts to sound like it's a lie.
Yeah, but Your Honor,
you know, you have a legitimate grievance, which is that the leak fix didn't work. And if you had just come in here and sued for maybe just the TV, which I would then award you the depreciated value of the TV, you know, the depreciated, but not the value you paid for it 5 years ago when you bought it, because this looks like an older TV, frankly, this right there, okay? It would be different. But I do think you're an opportunist, and I think that you are trying to be able to stay in the place because you can't come up with that $3,600, and that's what you're doing. I believe that is what you're doing, and I'm not going to find in your favor. I find in favor of the defendant because I can't trust you.
The defendant has won this verdict here in the People's Court. That's bad when the judge says, I can't trust you in the trial. That's bad.
That's really bad because I've been living in this country for many years, and I never been mistrusted by someone. and she treat me of opportunist, which I'm not. I've been living here for 7 years.
It was odd that it was all in that one spot under the drip.
It's on one stuff. I wish I explained. I wish I can put everything. I mean, when I first came, my first reaction is to save my stuff, and then I realized that I have to take pictures. And it wasn't always honestly on one stuff. I have my computer still on the desktop. I still have my Udo machine on the desktop. Why? How come she said everything is on one stop? I don't understand it, honestly.
Okay. Right down the hallway there. All right, see what the landlord has to say here. What do you think happened here?
I think justice was made. The judge was right on the money on it. He's a clearly non-paying tenant trying to recuperate some money, hopefully maybe to pay rent. Maybe now he's not going to have money to pay rent, but it is what it is.
You think he was trying to get back at you?
He clearly said that to me the first time I went to him, and that's what he did, and I'm happy like the judge thought differently.
Well, how are you going to get him to pay his rent?
That's not on me.
Harvey?
You know what? When you inflate damages, it's real simple. You lose all your credibility. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.